everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And 2019 was a massive year for Ghostbusters toys and collectibles. So much so, for the first time ever, I want to do a countdown right here on the channel, the top 5 Ghostbuster toys of 2019. I do want to say that this is 100% just my opinion. I did seek some of your guys' information via the Ghostbusters News social media channels, because I want to get, your guys' input and make sure I'm totally not off the mark on this one. There are going to be some honorable mentions, one in particular that some people may raise a couple eyebrows at, well, to me in particular. But as I mentioned, this is just my opinion, so here we go, the top 5 Ghostbuster toys of 2019. Number 5, the Ghostbusters box set from Mezco Toys. Featuring the main 4 Ghostbusters, Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Egon Spengler, and Winston Zeddemore, along with Slimer, and a whole host of extras including light-up proton packs, proton streams, ghost traps, ecto goggles, PKE meters. This set was certainly worth the $300 asking price. Once again, in my opinion, of course. The overall detail on these guys was fantastic. For the most part, they look like they leapt right off of the movie screen. Each figure did feature 2 different replaceable head sculpts, one being more normal and one being more scared or shocked. Now, the big reason this set didn't place any higher was because some of those head sculpts really weren't the best. They resembled the actor, but they didn't necessarily look exactly like that actor. Now, I will say I do think that the Slimer that came with this set is probably one of the single greatest Slimers in this scale we've ever gotten. He's disgusting, he's green, he's translucent, and he's got that big ol' Slimer booty that I certainly appreciate. Coming in at number 4, the 10-inch Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Funko. Now, this one's kind of a cop-out because I'm going to include both the standard Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and the burnt variant. Because after years upon years of getting Stay Puft figures that are more or less the same, this Stay Puft received the Funko makeover, and for me, it paid off in a big way. Both the regular and the burnt variant are cute, they're cuddly, they're freaking adorable. And they match up so well, standing next to the standard Ghostbusters Funko Pop line. I know in the tail end of 2019, the internet was going crazy over Baby Yoda and how cute he was, but to me, it doesn't get any cuter than this Funko Pop Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Coming in at number 3, we have the Spectral Ghostbusters box set from Diamond Select Toys. This box set served as a San Diego Comic-Con 2019 exclusive, featuring the spectral counterparts of the main 4 Ghostbusters, with each of them wearing marshmallow-covered khaki flight suits, as seen in the classic Real Ghostbusters episode, green translucent skin with a really cool smoke effect added, and of course the signature Real Ghostbusters proton packs along with green proton streams. If that wasn't enough, we also got a translucent terror dog that can complete with interchangeable horns, and a happy rendition of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Personally, my favorite Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Diamond Select Toys has released as of yet. Okay, so for number 2 and number 1 here, I have mixed feelings about it there. It sounds like a lot of you guys out there think my number 2 should be number 1, but my number 1 just, it holds a special place in my heart. So with that being said, let me just say both of these could have easily taken the top spot. Number 2 is Ectotron from Hasbro Toys. Now, this is the very first ever Ghostbusters Transformers mashup figure we received. Ectotron is a new character that you can learn more about as part of IDW's Ghostbusters Transformers crossover comic series. And if Ectotron is any indicator as to what Hasbro has in store for us in 2020 with the upcoming Ghostbusters action figure line, well, consider me really excited. Of course, being a Transformer, you could either have him as the classic Ghostbusters Ecto-1, or he could take shape as Ectotron. He comes complete with a proton pack on his back, as well as also a pack-in Slimer. Now, I was actually debating on putting the con-exclusive Optimus Prime in the slot instead, but being that Ectotron is a brand new, unique figure, and not a reskin of like Optimus Prime, I had to give the nods to Tron. Now, before I get to number 1, let's throw out a couple of honorable mentions here. The first one being Johnny Lightning's Before Ecto-1. This is one that I've actually yet to pick up. To be honest, I just purchased one on eBay because apparently I need this thing, at least that's what you guys have been telling me. It's a 1/64 scale, and it is, to my knowledge, the very first time we've ever actually seen a toy made of the Ecto-1 before it became the Ecto-1. Now, this one I'm going to get probably a bit of heat for, but the WWE Ghostbuster figures. Now, I already said in my review of these figures that there was nothing that I loved more as a child than the WWE and Ghostbusters. So to have these figures together in this mashup was such a cool thing for me. Without a doubt, the Undertaker figure was the highlight of this line, being cast in this purple translucent plastic. The four main Ghostbusters, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena, could certainly have been done a little bit better, especially the tiny Mattel reused proton packs on their backs. But this was certainly a highlight for 2019, at least for me. I also want to call it Funko's Mystery Mini line. Now, while I bought way too many of these and I tapped out before I collected every single figure, I was able to get a great assortment here of the main four Ghostbusters, their marshmallow variants, a charged Stay Puft, we have the Gatekeeper, we have the Keymaster. I also had the Slimer sent to me by one of you guys out there, so I certainly thank you for that. But there is so much character in each one of these tiny little figures. And let me say, in my day, I have actually purchased tons of Funko Mystery Minis, and for my opinion, once again, I think these are the best, both in terms of the license and the detail. So what could it be? What toy could be number one on our list? Well, number one is Playmobil's Ecto 1A. I'm surprised at some of you guys out there as well, considering that the Playmobil license is pretty much a children's toy. But there is no denying just how cool this thing turned out. But when you first look at it, I mean, this thing does not look like a children's toy whatsoever. There are so many tiny little details here that I am surprised that Playmobil actually took the time to include. I love the lenticular scrolling sidebars up on the top of the roof rack. And speaking of that roof rack, it is massive in size. And if you've got a junior Ghostbuster at home that's planning to actually play with these figures, the interior is fully accessible, allowing you to put all four Ghostbusters inside along with their gear. Oh, and did I mention the lights and sounds? So freaking cool. So that does it for our look at the top 5 Ghostbuster toys of 2019. Do you agree with the list? Is there anything that you think that I missed and I totally just overlooked? Let me know right down below in the comments section. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our Patreon page. We've got a link right down below in the description. Click that subscribe button to subscribe to Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. Also click that little bell notification icon to get all the notifications from us once again. And that is all I've got for you here right now. 2020 is going to be a huge year. Of course, we do have the upcoming Ghostbusters Afterlife film. On top of that, if we're talking toys, Hasbro's Ghostbusters toy line. I can't wait for it. And there's so much more I'm sure that we're going to get that we have no idea of. So be sure, once again, to keep it locked to GhostbustersNews.com for all the updates that's going to roll through, and I will see everybody right back here next time.